His name is Adrian "Cap" Anson. In the late 1800s, he was a star, the most popular player in the fledgling business of professional baseball. Voicing a festering prejudice, he made it clear he would lead his Chicago White Stockings team off the field if Negroes were allowed to play. No more noble than Anson, league owners agreed to not hire black players to avoid a player revolt and the financial fallout. That gentleman's agreement segregated the national pastime for nearly 5 decades. Welcome to the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. We're in Kansas City, Missouri. There was no law prohibiting black players in baseball. There was no official rule in the game book. It was simple racism. And the ugly affair circled back on white players as wary owners tightened their grip on the game and instituted the player-despised reserve clause. Blacks did not stand idly by. They built their own business and sports worlds. Hundreds of amateur and professional teams sprang up in cities, towns, and hamlets across the Midwest, East, and South. Many of these professional black teams played parallel to the white major league teams. The museum is set up like a ballpark. On the field, a few of the Negro League's finest are playing an all-star game, standing in their familiar positions. In the concourse that surrounds the field, intriguing and interactive displays and memorabilia share the stories and personalities of league play. Of course, no visit would be complete without a tour of the clubhouse and the gear that facilitated so many amazing plays. In the early 1900s, the teams were loosely organized, if at all. Many barnstormed around the countryside, drumming up ticket sales for games against local teams. Andrew "Rube" Foster, a right-handed hurler, is considered the best black pitcher of his time. The nickname Rube came from an exhibition game where he played against and beat the Philadelphia Athletics left-handed strikeout king, Rube Waddell. Legend says that John McGraw, feisty manager of the New York Giants, hired Foster to tutor his young pitching staff, including the great Christy Mathewson. But Rube Foster had talents beyond the field. In 1920, he was owner, manager, and occasional pitcher of the Chicago American Giants. Utilizing his skills as a businessman, he enlisted other team owners and formed the Negro National League. Foster died tragically at the age of 35, but he had laid the foundation for black Major League Baseball. He is fondly remembered as the father of Negro League Baseball. Through the 1930s and 40s and into the 50s, the Homestead Grays, the Chicago American Giants, the Baltimore Elite Giants, the Birmingham Black Barons, the Cleveland Buckeyes, the Indianapolis ABCs, Kansas City Monarchs, and dozens of other professional black teams played elite baseball in 7 leagues, including the Negro National League, the Negro American League, Eastern Colored League, East-West League, and the Southern Negro League. There was a minor league farm system, an East-West All-Star game which started in 1933 with 20,000 fans crowding into Chicago's Kaminsky Park, and there were World Series battles. Hindsight being what it is, it's clear that a majority of white fans missed out on some of the greatest play and players of this period in professional baseball. Here's a fascinating look at baseball history and the personalities that grace the diamond. Make a trip to Kansas City and enjoy some quality time at the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum.